You know that feeling, right? Where you get older and time just feels like it's speeding up.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
blink and another year is just gone. You feel like you just celebrated New Year's and here we are again.
Yeah,
It's this universal feeling. So, our mission today is pretty simple.
yeah.
We're doing a deep dive into the sources to see what the actual science is behind it.
Exactly. We're looking at material that asks why those years seem to shrink. Is it, just a feeling, or is there something real, something verifiable happening in our bodies?
Okay, so let's get right into it because the sources are clear. This is not just your imagination.
No, no.
So if this feeling is a real verifiable thing, what's actually causing it? I mean, what's happening on a biological level?
Well, this is the core of it. The brain actually processes time differently as we age.
It processes it differently.
Yeah, it's rooted in our biology.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, it has to do with the frequency of the neural signals our brain uses to perceive time. A lot of the research points to something called the dopaminergic system. You can think of it as like our internal pacemaker.
Or internal clock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as we get older, dopamine output tends to slow down. So the brain registers fewer, temporal markers, fewer frames per second.
Wait, so our brain is literally counting slower.
In a way, yes.
Hmm.
Our internal clock is ticking more slowly. And because of that, external time of the clock on the wall feels like it's speeding by.
That's a huge deal. That's a real objective change. But the sources also talk about memory and life experience. How does that psychological part fit in?
Right, that's a great question, because it's not just biology. There's a cognitive component too, which is often explained by something called ratio theory.
Ratio theory.
Yeah, get this. When you're 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your entire life. It's a massive chunk of your memory.
20%. Wow.
But when you're 50, that same year is only 2% of your lived experience.
So it just feels smaller in comparison.
It feels tiny. As that ratio of new time to your total lifespan shrinks, the psychological weight of that period just shrinks right along with it.
So if I'm understanding this, we have these two things happening at once. The biological clock, the dopamine one, is slowing down.
Right.
And at the same time, the psychological weight of each year is getting smaller.
Yeah.
Are they working together?
They absolutely reinforce each other. It's a powerful combination. The biology changes the rate at which we physically register time passing.
Making each second feel shorter.
Exactly. And then the psychological ratio theory changes the meaning we assign to that time, making each year feel less, substantial. So why the experience is so universal.
So at the end of the day, what does this all mean for you? That perception you have of years just flying by, it's a verifiable phenomenon. It's
Mhm.
connected to real changes in your brain's internal pacemaker and just the simple math of your life's timeline. You aren't going crazy. Your brain has just sort of recalibrated its clock.
And that leads to a pretty interesting final thought, doesn't it? If our experience of time is this flexible, this controlled by biology and perspective,
Yeah.
it raises a question. What if you deliberately filled your life with new things, with novelty and new memories? That forces the brain to register more frames. Could you, in effect, actually slow time down, even as you get older? Something for you to ponder.